One of the things that has helped me in travel so much is having things already prepped and ready to go so that when I am traveling, I spend less time packing and I can just pick things up and go. I'm just chilling in my hotel. I'm in my robe, enjoying, and this is such an impromptu video. I thought, you know what, why don't I share what's in my travel essentials bag? So this is a bag that I bring on pretty much every trip. It stays packed. I don't necessarily carry it around with me all the time on my actual trip, but it has all of my essentials inside. I have not planned this at all. So I'm just going off the cuff here. I just propped you on the ice bucket. I'll start with the bag itself. It's from Calpac. This is one of the pouches in the, hang on, I have it here because I forgot, water resistant zippered pouch set. So it's a 3-piece set, and this is the smallest bag in the set. I have the color oatmeal. It's a pretty sturdy bag. On the outside, it's pretty thick. It's water resistant. I also love it too because it has a hook at the top, and this is great because if I put it in a tote bag or a backpack, I usually tuck it down this way. I can just pull it straight up from the handle here, and it also has a double zip. Let's get into what is in the bag. So the first thing I normally keep in my travel essentials bag is a pack of wet wipes. This is just, these are the Clorox disinfecting wipes, but I use anything I can get my hands on. Travel pack portion. I use this to wipe down my tray table, buckle of the seatbelt, or anything that I need to maybe wipe on my trip, you know, while I'm traveling, while I'm at the airport, or anything that I need to maybe wipe down in the hotel. Lysol, Clorox, you know, whatever. I also have another thing right on top is tissues. And as you can see, I have used some of these already. I don't have that many left, just 4 in this pack. I always keep tissues on me. Partly also, I get sick pretty often, a few times a year, and I just never know when it's gonna hit me. So I like to have tissues on hand at all times. The next thing that I have is my all-time favorite hand lotion. This is the Nivea Soft Hydrating Hand Cream. I love this stuff so much. I actually have 2 with me right here. This is how much I love it. I am finding this particular bottle more and more difficult to find. Now it's either the small one or the really big one. But this is the one I really love for on the go and for travel, and just honestly, just in my everyday life. I keep one in my purse as well. Next is a hair clip, a claw clip. This is from a brand called Chunks. I have them all over my bathroom clipped. Oops, you almost fell. I like the cherry print. I think it's adorable. The next thing I have is something that I just seem to be needing more and more these days, and that is a portable fan. This one is an electric one. I got it off Amazon. It's great. I actually have 2 of these. I have one that I keep on me at work, and then I have one for travel. They're pretty lightweight. They're easy to fit into a small bag, and you just open them up. And there are 2 settings here on the button. I think this one needs to be charged, a regular and a high speed. Just keeps you cool, you know, in any scenario. And you know, we're in the middle of summer travel right now. The next thing that I have is some toothpaste. I brush my teeth several times a day, so I always need toothpaste. I have been debating on trying the toothpaste pellets. What I have been doing for a couple of years now is I buy a pack of travel size toothpaste on Amazon so that I always have travel size toothpaste on hand, and it has been very helpful. Just simple, basic. This is another one of my absolute favorite travel essentials and life essentials that I've talked about before. Luca's Pawpaw ointment. I love this. Very rarely do I leave the house without this. I bring it everywhere. It's a papaya ointment, so you can use it for your lips, which is primarily what I use it for, but also you can use it on scrapes, cuts, burns, any insect bites. If you have a mosquito bite, you can put this on there. Next thing I have is some poopery. I love to have this when I'm traveling with friends, family, anyone. When I'm not traveling solo, I like to have this on hand, and I put it in the bathroom of the Airbnb or the hotel or whatever it is we might all be using. We are all human. If you don't know what poopery is, It is before you go toilet spray. So what you do is when you're going to use the bathroom, you spritz the water inside, you spritz the bowl, and then you do your business. And it's great because what it will smell like after is lemon and lemongrass. Next, hand sanitizer. I was like, what is this? Hand sanitizer. I am doing my best to move away from single-use items, but I will say they are really great for travel. Someone actually gave me a big box of these, and I've been working my way through them. I've given a few to family, friends, and so I'm just slowly getting through them, but these are great. These are just Purell hand sanitizers, single-use packet. So what you do is you flip it down with the label facing out, and then you push down, and then the hand sanitizer comes out like that. And then you throw this away. So it is single use. I know that's not the greatest, but as soon as I get through all of them, then that'll be that. But they are really, really convenient when you are traveling. Keep them in this little baggie so that they don't kind of just go everywhere. Whew. Oh, the smell of alcohol. Speaking of single use, another thing that I have in here are some Neutrogena single use makeup remover wipes. I am trying to move away from the single-use things. You know, the thing is, I don't really wear makeup hardly ever, to be honest. The only time I really wear makeup is when I'm filming because I don't want to look a mess. Or maybe if I go out with some girlfriends, but you know, and if I do wear makeup, it's very light. But because of that, I actually don't really enjoy the feeling of having makeup on my face. So it is nice to have makeup removers on me at all times so I can just, you know, take everything off whenever I need to. I don't know if you all use this or not, but I have some mouth tape. You know, I don't know how effective this really is. What mouth tape is just tape that you place over your mouth when you're sleeping to promote breathing through your nose. And the reason why I have these is because every time I get on a plane, I just tend to fall right asleep. And I get a little concerned that I wake up, my mouth is just wide open, my head is bobbing around, I'm afraid I might be snoring, I'm afraid I'm drooling, and I feel like sometimes if I know that I am going to fall asleep, especially on something like an international flight, I will just very discreetly throw a piece of this over my mouth, curl in, and fall asleep. And I do feel like it has helped. I've used it a few times on flights, and it just makes me feel a little bit better knowing that I'm not just like, my mouth is just not totally agape and I'm just like, you know, knocked out. So I actually have this purely for, sadly, the opinion of other people. So next I have my portable charger. This is from Anker, and this is honestly one of my favorite portable chargers that I've ever used. And I have to tell you something, I'm also gonna post a community post about it. I was on the hunt for a good portable charger for a minute. This is the PowerCore 13,000. At the time of filming this video, Anker does have a recall on some of their power banks. Not this one. I think the PowerCore 10,000, and there's a few others that they have on recall right now. So if you have one of those models, it's on recall. Any information that I can find, I will put it down in the description box. More random stuff, I have some Band-Aids because you just never know. And you see, this is why I like to have my Lucas Pawpaw and my Band-Aids, because if I get any sort of cut, burn, scrape, hangnails, I can slap this on there, slap a Band-Aid on it, and I'll be good. I also have another thing of toothpaste, little travel toothpaste that I got on a flight, and I just kind of threw in there. Another thing I have is Advil. Not a big painkiller person, but I also have a pen. This is a Poppin' pen. These are actually my favorite kind of pens. These are great. Next thing I have is the Airfly. This is a Bluetooth device that you can plug into the plane's entertainment system to be able to watch the entertainment system using your own headphones. I usually don't watch the in-flight entertainment. I'm usually doing something on my laptop, on my phone, sleeping, reading. But I like to have this just in case there's a movie or a show that I want to watch and I want to listen to it on my own headphones. I also have this little nifty device that I got on Amazon. You plug the end of your Apple AirPods, the ones that you know, the small ones. I don't know what this is called. You know what? Let me grab my AirPods so I can show you. 1 second, 1 second. Okay, so you plug in your Apple AirPods into these little bits, and then you can put them in your ear. You can put it behind your neck, or you can keep it in front, and it just keeps them attached. As much as I love my Apple AirPods, you know, I am an Apple girl. I love the Apple ecosystem, even though they try us sometimes. I cannot tell you how many times I have been very close to losing one of my AirPods on a flight. It actually just happened to me pretty recently. We had just taken off, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I kind of flicked my hand, and I was sitting in the aisle. My AirPod fell out of my ear and started rolling down. Thank God the person that was not the row behind me, but the row behind that, it stopped right at their bag. Thankfully, I was able to get it back, and I was not using these at the time. They were in my bag, but I wasn't using them. And of course, I immediately whipped out these and put them in there. But that has happened to me so many times where I have been so close to losing an AirPod, and they are not cheap, and I don't want to go replace one. So very long-winded story to say that these are great for that. The next thing I have is actually, this is a tip that I got from a viewer, and I've even put that tip into this video right here, a hero clip. I keep one of these on me now because you just never know when you're going to need to attach one thing to another. So this is the tip that I got from the viewer, is they said they use hero clips to attach their in-flight essentials bag to just, you know, the rim of the seat back pocket, and that way they can kind of have really easy access to their in-flight bag. That is a travel tip that has stayed with me. And then a couple boring things that I have left is I have a charger to my Anker power bank, and this is the charger to my fan. And I sometimes like to keep those separate because I don't want them to get, you know. And then this is a cord that I have, which I love because you can change out the plug. So from, I don't know these things, USB-C to USB-B, I don't know. You can change out, you see? Can you see that? So it has all different plug types for your computer, for your phone, and you can just change them out. And this has been very helpful, especially when, you know, there are a few older planes that don't have a charging port at the bottom. You know how they usually have them at the bottom? Sometimes they don't have them at the bottom. They'll have at the bottom of the screen. I'll still be able to charge my phone or whatever it is using this. And then I have a random tie for my cords. And you know, this is something, if you've ever stayed at a Westin, you know that they give you these essential oil bombs on the bedside table. And also, can I just say that Westin has the best beds? I get such good sleep when I sleep in a Westin hotel. As you can see, they must have changed the formula because this one has a different color, but this one's almost done. What I like to do is when I get on my flight, especially if it's, you know, an international flight, a long haul flight, a flight that I know I'm going to need some sleep, I put on my mouth tape. You know, I put in a good podcast, and I take my Westin essential oil bomb and I put it on my wrists and maybe on my neck, and I just pass out and I get some great sleep. So I keep that in my little bag. And then lastly, I keep also a pair of earplugs, which I honestly don't really use that often. You just never know when you're gonna need it. People are always making noise. I would love to know what is in your travel essential bag, your in-flight essential bag, whatever essential bag. What are the things that you always like to have on hand when you're flying, at the airport, on your trips? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I love a good hotel robe. I hope you do too. What is this? A string? Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, these are dirty. Let me not show these.